All right, guys, we are live here. It's going to be WrestleMania Night 1, about to kick off. My first time watching WrestleMania in many years. I think the last one I watched live was WrestleMania 12. That's how long it's been. And it was not a two-nighter. And I did find it my favorite match of 12, I think, was Goldust against Piper. I found the Hart versus Michaels really boring, in that match. But yeah, hey, I'm going to keep an open mind. I hope it's good. It might not stay on video this whole thing, by the way. It's starting officially now. By the way, I still haven't figured out how to cast the WWE Canadian version of the network through Sportsnet onto my TV. I just spent the last 20 minutes trying. This is supposed to go on until midnight. Hopefully, it goes by faster than yesterday's. Which the Hall of Fame, it would have been better shorter. It was 3 hours for 5 inductees, with some of them getting 2 people to induct them. I mean, could have been better. Here we go. Great crowd. Becky G singing America the Beautiful. She's gorgeous. Definitely gorgeous. Now this arena holds 95,000. Last I checked, there's about 56,000 pre-sold. They definitely have a good crowd on hand. It's impressive that they got this many for overall. There's not that many must-see matches. The Rock's daughter had her in-ring debut earlier today, by the way. I did a review of that. She ended up on the NXT pre-show. Now, I am Canadian. What's the difference between American the Beautiful and the national anthem? Because in Canada, we only have the national anthem, which is done half in English and half in French, and no one really understands the points where it switches. Hello to all. Are we ready? I had to tap out of the Hall of Fame last night, halfway through Mysterio's speech. Hopefully I can make it through tonight. Yes, we all hope it's good. I'm going in here optimistic. Pubert's in the house. He's pumped watching on the Great North Wrestling Twitch channel. I can't show it. I don't want my channel shut down. All I can do is talk about it with the other people that are watching. What's happening so far? They had a singer sing America the Beautiful. Now they got Kevin Hart doing something. I don't know if Kevin's there live or if it's just like a pre-tape thing. Hello, Julian. Grandma, very good. By the way, Piper's sleeping beside me. She might appear later, but I'm not going to wake her up. John, next year, Hall of Fame class. Cena, Orton, Brock, and Batista. They should have put Batista in this year. Someone says if you get Peacock for $4.99 a month, you get the pay-per-views. Yes, but in Canada we can't get Peacock. It's like 14 something a month for this Sportsnet crap. That's really complicated to use. So we'll see. So far, this is my first pay-per-view, but I've averaged between YouTube and Facebook over 3,000 for every watch along so far. I expect more for a pay-per-view, but I might cancel if this doesn't work. Liza is going to be part of WrestleMania. If any WWE superstars could body slam her, they get 10,000. Very funny. How many matches are there? I don't know, but the Logan Paul one is on this, and the John Cena. Those are the two I'm most interested in. Yes, the Roman match is tomorrow, David, and that's the real WrestleMania match. Ian's hype for night 2. I just hope that Austin Theory doesn't win because I really can't stand him. Really can't stand him. Yeah, Scott Bigelow should be in the Hall of Fame for sure. Tony is going to try and get Peacock soon. It's a good deal for $5.99 plus all the other stuff you get. Yes, I'll be honest. After watching SmackDown in the Hall of Fame last night, I was actually in a terrible mood, a worse mood than I've been in a long time. So I hope I don't have that tonight. The set is cool. Looks like Snoop Dogg in the ring with Miz. The last time we saw Snoop Dogg, he was in AEW. Now, how do they still find people for weed and hire Snoop Dogg as one of the co-hosts for WrestleMania? Seven matches tonight, someone says. Yeah, it's just a money maker now. Who knows? Austin is a cookie cutter gimmick. Austin Theory. They're really trying to shove him down everyone's throat. I do like Snoop Dogg though. Let's see what he has to say here. The Miz, one of the most overrated wrestlers of all time. His championship reigns were complete flops. Snoop Dogg wins my prize for cooler glasses. Of course, Snoop Dogg is related to Sasha Banks, isn't he? That is a huge ramp. We know all the matches. Why do we have to hear them again? Goldberg speared Snoop Dogg. I don't remember that. Oh, if Goldberg speared Snoop Dogg. Snoop don't age. No. Return of a former star, possibly. Hopefully, it's a good one. Steven hopes Rhea wins tonight. All right, who's coming out? I'll give them credit. I am neutral. I'm telling you guys, I'm completely neutral here. The set looks nice. The setup looks cool. Oh, it looks like they're starting with John Cena. Austin Theory does not deserve this match. Really does not deserve this match. Crowd looks amazing. Is someone going to get thrown off that stage? Could you imagine someone gets thrown off the side of that stage? There's practically no reaction. Am I imagining this, or do we not hear any reaction for him? I can't stand him, not in a way that he's a good heel, but it's like this guy's not a star. He's nothing special. Well, who knows who's on PEDs in WWE anymore? There's definitely a lot of questionable bodies. Gangrel, I hear, might be part of it tomorrow, which would be amazing. I hope so. So over 75,000, so about 20,000 short of a real sellout, because does hold 95,000. But however they've set it up, you certainly don't see any empty seats. But supposedly this building holds 95,000. Now we're getting an ad for Make-A-Wish. That's obviously a great cause, but there's so many advertisements these days. Now Marty Jannetty has serious problems stemming from meeting kids that later on went on to die, and I can understand how that affected him. Michael says Austin Theory isn't a star. Someone says WWE needs to bring back Nathan Jones. Well, he was a Hollywood star. He fought Brad Pitt. He did a bunch of other movies. I interviewed Nathan Jones. What match is it? It's Theory against John Cena. Someone says over under 4 on Rhodes beating Roman for the title. Ian says it'd be funny if someone falls. They got the Make-A-Wish kids on the stage. Now there's a good baby face move. Now he takes one of the kids and throws him off the stage and becomes the heel of the match. See, that's the loudest pop of the night right there, pointing at the kids. The kid's wish is to go back to the Attitude Era. No, that's nice. Not a crazy pop, but a good pop. Michael says CMS buried theory. Mick Foley says you never put down your opponent. Well, I actually didn't mind the Cena promo on Theory, to be honest. I'm not the biggest fan of Mick Foley, to be honest. He's overrated. He's got a handful of memorable matches, one main one, but if you watch him on house shows and stuff back in those around those times, he was very lazy. He put all of his effort into his pay-per-view matches once he got to WWE. And he was a dick to me when I was a kid, and I hold that against him. By the way, he got fat again, as we saw last night. He got really fat. Austin Theory, the mini version of John Cena. John Cena's veins are popping out of his shoulders. Opening match is Cena. I don't know. They want to start it off hot, but the order of the match never really bothered me. I would rather always go at intermission than last, because last, especially on long shows, a lot of the crowd leaves, whereas intermission, the crowd is still usually there. But this isn't a main event match. Let's be honest here. Cena is a huge star, but Theory is not. They're both in great shape, though. I'll give them that. John Cena looks like Ernest. He does in a way. Yeah, Mick, if you're paying for one of his books, for sure he's going to be nice. Somebody won an autograph card of Mick Foley, sent it to him, and got it back unsigned. Well, he's very money oriented. Cena doesn't have a tan. Well, guys, tanning causes skin cancer, as I found out. And there's another WWE wrestler that got it. There's a bunch. The tanning beds are not good for you. And John Cena doesn't need to tan. Cena's. I like Hulk Hogan. I'm a bigger fan of Hogan than I am of Cena. But John Cena has done a lot better in life than Hulk Hogan, as far as he's avoided personal issues, which is not easy to do when you're a star. It really isn't. Which match am I looking forward to? Well, the main one I care about is the Roman. I'm curious to see who's going to win that one, but it's not tonight. Yeah, Cena could have got a spray tan. That's true. John, yes, Blood Hunter would destroy Austin Theory. That's for sure. But tonight, I like Logan Paul. Like I like his podcast and stuff. So even though I cannot stand Seth Rollins, I'm curious to see how that match is going to be. Obviously, it's a heavily practiced match when Logan Paul is involved, but all of the matches are choreographed now. Do a WrestleMania Backlash watch along from Puerto Rico, where the island of Puerto Rico has given them 1.8 million to come there. Do you still live in Puerto Rico, Ivan? Michael thinks Cody will definitely go over. I don't know. I really don't know. So far, they're keeping a very basic match here. You know what's funny? You know how The Rock used the excuse that he needed to get ready to have a match? John Cena hasn't wrestled in a long time either. And it's not like he's had matches to prepare for this. It's too bad they couldn't get The Rock for WrestleMania. That would have been really good. They're keeping it in the ring so far, too. I wouldn't expect Rhea to go over Charlotte. I'd be surprised if that happened. Anything's possible. John says Seth will go through a table. The Rock is too busy with football. The XFL has had very little buzz this year. How many minutes do I think they gave Cena? I would say they're going to go at least 20 minutes. Where are the Bushwhackers? They were at WrestleCon this year. Oh, that's cool, Ivan. Mitch McConnell is in the audience tonight. I don't know who that is. Is Rhonda really hurt? She has an injury, but she's still gonna wrestle. It's not that serious. She's tough. Looks like Cena might be going into his comeback here. It's weird to me that this match is happening at WrestleMania. Who's my favorite WWE female wrestler? I don't really have one right now. D'Lo in the Hall of Fame. I don't think D'Lo Brown needs to go in the Hall of Fame for breaking Draws's neck. He was the weakest link of the nation and nation. The Godfather is in the Hall of Fame, by the way. Ugh. It's a very easy match to be in for both of these guys. They're keeping it basic. Oh, the referee down. Puke. That's sad. Cena's probably reminding him of it, but these matches are pre-planned. I'm sorry that's not the right guy to pass it to. I'm sorry. I'm disappointed in that one. The match itself, from the mechanics of it, was decent, but just not a good finish. What would you guys rate that one? It's certainly not a 5-star match. There was nothing wrong technically with it, but really disappointing finish. And not in a way like, oh, the heel won, just like this guy. They just paid Cena a shitload of money to come in and put that guy over. Earn the victory. He cheated. How did he earn the victory? Why does no one mention that he fucking used a low blow? How is that earning a victory? Anyways, that's too bad. We'll give that one a 6 out of 10. Because it was a lame finish. I'm sorry. By the way, did we hear a chorus of boos? No, it was just like, okay, that was shit. Mountie for the Hall of Fame. Brian would rather see Piper than watch WrestleMania. Well, she's right beside me, but she sounds asleep. I don't want to wake her. I would rather see her than watch WrestleMania too. Oh, she wants her belly rubbed. She wants her belly rubbed. She's had a busy day. Seems like he lost with a nut shot. Cena gave that to the wrong person. I agree. I agree with that. I fully agree with that. I'm sorry. It's just the wrong person. Cena should be squashing people. 2-star, yeah. No, so I'll be nice. I'm gonna be nice with mine, and I'll give that a 6 out of 10. But the finish sucked. The finish sucked. Who won? Austin Theory won with a low blow. Hubert gives it 2.5 out of 5. Cena got robbed. Well, he got a good payday. You heard spots, yeah. You could hear some spot calling, but it wasn't too bad. Somebody believes next year's Hall of Fame will be all ECW. Yeah, it's in Philadelphia, isn't it? Oh well. The worst part about that is not the spots being called. It was the finish. I'm disappointed in that. So what's the next match? Let's take a look at the website. And they haven't announced who Lashley's going to wrestle yet, unless they still end up having Bray Wyatt appear. That's a crappy way to start the WrestleMania, though. Honestly, yeah. Well, Cena supposedly makes 8.5 million a year, and that's his first match. So yeah, he got millions to do that. I agree. Titus O'Neil. Didn't even know he was still with WWE. Oh, here comes Braun Strowman with Ricochet. This is the Fatal 4-Way. There's no heat in a lot of these matches. Like this just seems like a match, this 4-way tag that could have easily been on Raw or SmackDown. It doesn't seem like a match that is like a match that is a must-see match. How much Canadian dollars? Well, it's 14 something a month Canadian. No build up. My shop thinks the Alpha Academy will go over. Out of these teams, I like the Alpha Academy the best. These Viking people, they're like the Highlanders of 2023. They're only 590 pounds combined. That means I weigh more than both of these guys. I was 272 today at the gym. Alpha Academy. But yeah, this is kind of like a throwaway match with no real huge build to it. I don't know if Otis is a face or not, but he should be. He's a lovable character. They really need new tag teams. Fire Stick Amazon is much cheaper. I'm not very technical. No snacks. I ate quite a large meal tonight. Don't get me thinking about food. I'm watching this, by the way, with no weed again either. I'm sticking to my straight edge ways. Does Francine get into the Hall of Fame? Gee, why not? God of War rejects. Someone says for the Viking guys. What country are who from? I think everyone in this match is American. Otis the Goat. How's that weed working for you? I wish I had. I've man, I maybe should have bought some, but I decided that it's like WWE wins if I have to take weed to watch this crap. It's not. I'm not saying it's crap. I'm staying neutral. The first match was a disappointing ending, kind of a lame finish. Remember when Rick Rude wrestled Ultimate Warrior at WrestleMania 5? The build up for that, the crowd was going crazy, and that was the Intercontinental Championship match. It seems like the crowd hasn't been that loud for how big it is so far. Heyman for Hall of Fame. Well, he'll be in there for sure. Don thinks it's crap. Okay, well, I'm trying to be neutral here. I'm, all of these guys in this match, other than the Viking Raiders, I have to admit I'm not a fan of. Ever since I saw them fall for that top dollar missed spot where they fell without being touched, I lost all respect for them. But the other people in this match are all talented. Although Braun is highly overrated. Chad's got the tan going for the people that were saying Cena wasn't tan. Big sweaty Otis, someone said. Well, when you're that heavy, you're going to sweat a lot. I would like Otis because he looks like he has a chest that you could chop as hard as possible, and he wouldn't feel a thing. You could just whack the shit out of him. See all the men in the ring, and the referee's just standing there. She's not even trying to get them out. Terrible officiating. They have a 5 count, or the match is over. She's not even counting. She's just standing there. Nice leg slap. Authors of Pain. Well, that would fit Triple H's booking. They haven't done anything since they've been fired. They haven't wrestled one time since they've been fired. So why not bring them back? They got no buzz about them. Leo says Rick Rude is one of the greatest heels. Yes. When Warrior lost to Rude, the crowd was pissed. Yeah, you don't see that kind of heat. I miss heat. Somebody says the Cena match was booty. Someone's looking forward to Liv Morgan and Alexa Bliss. Raiders need to go back to Ring of Honor. I agree. Rude was awesome. I agree. Michael says it's not all crap. No, I agree with that. I don't buy that Demolition is in because they sued WWE. There's other people back that have sued them. You can cover poop in powdered sugar and it's still poop. That's funny. I think they've like the finish to Cena just pissed everybody off because it's not like that guy. Like at least Sami Zayn has a buzz about him. So if Zayn, and I don't even like Sami Zayn as a person, but like at least if Cena put over Sami Zayn, there's a guy that has a buzz. But Austin Theory doesn't have a buzz about him. Just like let's just shove him down your throats, guys. We shove him down enough, maybe you'll eventually like him. Triple H is booking, yes, and Vince now has a mustache. He tried. We'll give him that. Oh, here's Otis dancing. See, Otis is like Abdullah. He could walk around naked and you wouldn't know. Oh my God, there's that sweat they were talking about right on the ass. That's fucking disgusting. That's really disgusting. Yeah, look at that the ass sweat coming out of Otis's tights. That's really bad. And that just looked like a stunt that they all worked together to pull off. Ken Patera definitely deserves to be in their ring span. I agree. That's why I think Austin Theory joined that team. No, I just think he's the anointed one that somebody has a hard on for. All these big guys doing high spots. Yeah. And none of them are as over as Giant Gonzalez was. And he never did any of that stuff. And let's face it, Giant Gonzalez was over at one point. They always do that corner suplex. Oh, okay. I don't know. I haven't seen it. Yeah, Otis. I would use Otis. I would definitely use Otis. It was my company. See, that was impressive. I'll give him credit there. That was impressive. Ricochet is a great high flyer. That guy's also a good high flyer. That's what you call a belly super fly style thing. Okay, Street Profits win. That match was better than the Cena match. That was a good match. A lot of the spots looked planned, but I would say it's a good match. I'd give that match a 7 out of 10. I got no problems with it. And Ricochet doing that move there, that was good. Didn't look really pre-planned either. Let's see Otis do a moonsault. Let's not. I don't want to see him get hurt. I have interviewed Ricochet, by the way. I said that a bunch of times, but it's worth looking at. The Brock Lesnar match is tomorrow. I think I'm looking forward to that just because I like Lesnar, but I don't want to see Lesnar put over this guy. Brock Lesnar's doing well as a face these days. Charlotte Flair is Dolph Ziggler in a wig. It's funny. Someone says more like time to go to bed. I hate those spots where it's obvious they're all working together. Yeah, like the suplex one, that'd be the negative of that match. But other than that, it had action. It wasn't too long. Do I expect Ray would win? I expect he'll want to put over his kid. What happened to Bobby Roode? He's old and he's full of injuries, but he's still under contract. Stevie, I agree. That was a better match than the opener. Much better match. How am I liking Mania so far? We'll see. We'll see how it continues. I'm pissed over the Cena thing. Second match was decent. Someone says Seth Rollins is unwatchable. I hate Seth Rollins. He might be a good mechanic in there, but I cannot stand that gimmick, and he is incredibly overrated. Very happy to see Dante. Nigel McGuinness, by the way, returned to Ring of Honor last night. John Paz just did an interview with him. Dante Martin loses stupid black foot on Ring of Honor. I never watched Ring of Honor. It never interested me before. It doesn't interest me now. I agree, Pubert, on the choreography. Why was Cena in the opening match? Because he was wrestling. It wasn't deserving of a. If he didn't have a good enough opponent to have a match that was an opening match. Yeah, Bobby looks small in WWE. I was there in Calgary when he had a tryout in Calgary in 2004, but they didn't take him then. He went to TNA to team with James Storm, who is wrestling for Great North Wrestling, by the way. On May 6th, it will be James Storm against the Blood Hunter, who's going to be managed by Kevin Sullivan. That should be a Donnybrook. This guy cannot stand Seth Rollins either. It's a nerdy gimmick, and I'm sorry for the wrestling nerds that like it. I'm a nerd too in many ways, but it's just a gimmick that like your average person isn't going to watch that Seth Rollins gimmick and be like, "Oh, this is so cool. I got to start watching wrestling again. This guy's just too cool." How's Kevin Sullivan doing these days? He does a podcast on this channel. I like Al Perez better than Seth Rollins. They both look very close. I guess it's going to be, is it going to be Logan Paul against Seth Rollins now? Nigel McGuinness is who we were talking about. Robert Roode is incredible. He is good. I have nothing negative to say about him. I hope I can get through this without falling asleep. There they are in Montreal. Logan Paul made an appearance. Only an hour and a half from where I am right now. I wonder if Logan Paul went out in Montreal that night. It's one of the best cities to go out in. Why isn't Alexa Bliss on the card? I don't know. Andrew is not surprised Cena lost. Piper's good. She's right beside me. Here, I'll show her to you guys since this is making me fall asleep. She's sound asleep. She's getting a haircut next week. She's full. She had a nice dinner. She had some nice walks. And she's happy to be here, taking good care of me. Steve says hi, Piper. She's very tired. This puts her to sleep too. She'd rather watch an old Roddy Piper match than the new stuff. Could I beat Logan Paul in a shoot? I don't know. Depends what it is, I guess. What the rules are. I would fight him. There'd be nothing to lose at all. I would give him a good fight. That's 100% for sure. John says you're a good girl, Piper. Joel thinks Montreal is awesome too. It's my favorite city in Canada, which I was briefly going out with a girl from there over the summer that I put on this channel a few times. I miss old school wrestling too. Is Sasha Banks going to AEW? No, I don't think she is. They only wanted her if she would sign like at least a 3-year deal, and she didn't want to do that. Any Piper match is better than the new stuff. I agree on that, but I was a big fan of Roddy Piper. Here's Logan Paul. He's doing the Shawn Michaels entrance. He's playing the heel. Imagine if the Owen Hart incident happened right now and he fell to his death. I think they learned their lesson. I don't know why, if it's just not coming through, but there's like no crowd. The crowd seems dead in this. Like, the crowd is really dead. It's Logan Paul's 28th birthday. $5.8 billion views on YouTube. That's incredible. That must be his dad. £210. Well, the guy that was asking me if I'd fight him, I guess I got the weight advantage for sure for that. HBK used to be Joel's favorite wrestler. Michael Punk is under contract to AEW. They're working on bringing him back because he's just been sitting at home collecting $3 million a year for doing nothing. Blood Hunter should be headlining WrestleMania. I wouldn't hold your breath on that. Any Tessa news? No, but she's another one that's more deserving than a lot of these people. I also hate this theme song. They're piping in the music. I would predict that Logan Paul is going to win this one. If he doesn't, I'll be extremely disappointed. CM Punk has burnt his bridge. Well, in UFC, he didn't burn his bridges. He just performed horribly. In his last fight, he lost to a nobody that never fought again. But he made his money. I think he will go back. The only reason WWE would use him again, I guarantee it, but he's under contract. Oh my god, I hate this song so much. This guy is one of the most overrated wrestlers. Keep in mind, a handicap fan beat him up, and he was quoted the day after saying that It was one of the most horrifying moments of his life. He's going with the Jeff Jarrett style. Pink is fitting for him. Punk is a cancer. I've never been a fan of Punk. I'm just saying, if I was paying him $3 million a year, I would use him. By the way, apparently Enzo got released by MLW. Not that anyone gives a shit about MLW these days, because he didn't want to lose to people. But MLW pays shit, so why would he lose to people when you're making MLW money? I hate this song so much that it actually gives me a headache. Seems like a ripoff of Matt Hardy. I'd rather see Matt Hardy against Logan Paul. Shoot, I really would. Is Ronnie Garvin calling wrestling tonight? No. No, I don't think Rollins is winning. I would bet money that Rollins is not going to win. Because they're going to re-sign Logan Paul 100%. They're not going to let Logan Paul go to AEW. And Logan Paul already lost against Roman Reigns, and he didn't win the Royal Rumble. He's got an ego, and he's famous. I don't think he's going to agree to lose 3 times in a row. I really don't. Enzo is shit. I'm not a fan of Enzo either. I remember in SWE Fury, he only wanted to wrestle an opponent that he brought in for himself. I personally, him and me as like people, we get along. I have no problems with him personally. But as a wrestler, he was overrated. The only time I have problems putting people over is if I'm not getting paid properly. If I'm getting paid properly, I don't have any problem with it. Anytime I've been with a regular company, or if it's a situation that has made sense on the independent scene. But I'm not going to go put anybody over $50. That's for sure. Not at this point in my career. When I started, yes. Interview Jerry Saggs if you want to pay for it. Enzo was over in WWE for a time. I agree. I'm not saying that he wasn't over. Maybe he'll show up in AEW. I think he does. I really wish Enzo the best. And I think MLW is one of the crappiest companies out there. They pay terribly. They hardly do shows. And the contracts are very one-sided from what I understand. So I hope Enzo ends up in AEW. AEW, you're making minimum like 150 a year to hardly wrestle. I heard Parker Boudreaux is making like 175 a year, which is crazy. He's a guy WWE didn't even want. Logan is definitely a great athlete. Yeah, Logan is planning on re-signing 100%. He loves wrestling. It's easy money for him. Did I really break Funk's eardrum? No, wrestling is a work, guys. Wrestling is a work. It's good when you can convince people, and I'm not saying Terry Funk is a great wrestler, possibly one of the best ever. Um, Definitely one of the best ever, but in some people's mind, the greatest ever. He's good at working people. We did an angle that made people believe. Not to mention, WWE is great publicity for his energy drink, which I don't even know if they have in Canada. I went to buy an energy drink the other day before the gym, and I actually looked to see if they had that drink, and they did not. And it was at a major drugstore. See, I would have liked to see Paul wrestle John Cena and Paul beat John Cena because Paul could actually be a big star in wrestling. He's got more of an upside to him. Him beating Seth Rollins is not really going to elevate him very much. Not all injuries are worked. Of course not. Real injuries happen in wrestling all the time. Do I think the guy in the drink costume it would interfere? You know what? That would be a great finish if someone did that. It's at Petro, the gas station in Canada. Okay. I don't go to Petro, Canada, because it's one of the more expensive gas stations here. Ultramar is the cheapest in the Ottawa area. Yes, Logan Paul is a natural. I agree. Do I think Rocky King was a bigger star than Hulk Hogan? I don't know who Rocky King is. It would be hilarious if it's his brother in the drink costume. You guys have good ideas. Yes, they don't make people believe in pro wrestling. No, they don't. But I will admit that Dominic Mysterio is doing a decent kayfabing job. Guys like Zayn and Drew McIntyre, they don't kayfabe at all. Can't wait for Gangrel. People love the Brood. Thanks for the $10 tip to the All-American Male. Is there an older wrestler that I am really great friends with on a personal level? Well, at this point, in the past 15 years, it's been Billy Graham that I was the closest to. However, over the past year or two, we haven't been as close. Billy Jack Haynes, I would say, is my closest friend now in wrestling. I would say. Which is cool. I used to have his toy. But Billy Graham was a true mentor to me for a while there. He even wrote some of my promos for Great North Wrestling. He was the one that told me when I came back after I defeated Hep C, he was the one that told me to like do the eye makeup and stuff. Call myself Hannibal the Death Dealer. And I did get a WWE tryout out of it, but it got mysteriously canceled. Oh, well. Someone says almost broke his neck. doing a 450 off the ladder. I don't know who that is. Those are some really weak punches, though. That's not the first time I've seen weak punches from Seth. He throws really weak punches. He makes like 3.54 million a year. It's hard to imagine Seth tough at all after that incident with the fan. It just took any shred of realism, that little fan taking him down. It just took it all out of it from him. Here's what I don't understand. Why would you fall for that? Please move on the third one. Why would you take? Honestly, why would you like just get up for that? After the second time, wouldn't you move? Wouldn't you learn? By the way, I can do that move at 270 something pounds. It's not that hard. Billy Graham, he was better than Hogan, but he didn't have the opportunities Hogan had. Jerry Lawler had the best working punch. Bob Cook had a good one too. Seth Rollins wears women's blouses. That says a lot about how tough he is, according to Ringspan. Yeah. I wouldn't expect Seth to win this. I forget what that's called, but there's a name for that series. See, that punch looked good. That looked really good. How can Logan Paul do a better punch than Seth Rollins, who's been wrestling for decades? And Rollins throws these punches that don't even look like they can break an egg. So far, this has been the best match. That was just weird. Good evening to Imagine Media 22. It's the old school wrestling. I'm obviously not cheering away here, but I am a Logan Paul fan. So maybe I'm a bit biased. But out of the 3 matches I've seen, this is the best one so far, in my opinion. Uh-oh. No, someone's right. Now, KSI, I do find boring, I have to admit. I'm not as big of a fan of KSI as I am of Logan Paul. Now they're going to do a table thing. Someone called it. Someone said Seth is going through a table. Hubert, it's smart of them to use Logan Paul to get his star power to rub off on them because they're not building their own stars. He's clearly going to pull KSI on top. This is bad timing. That was bad timing. That was really bad timing. Bad timing. Oh my God. Well, that was really bad timing. He jumped after KSI was already there. I think that's called pulling a Shockmaster. Ha. You're funny with your joke about Nikita. Yeah, that was bad. That looked fake because Seth pulled the guy down before Logan jumped. I'm sorry. You guys called it. You guys have been watching, so you can predict this stuff. I'm new to this. I pulled some strings to get an interview on Martel. Maybe I'll see what I can do. It's been enough years since I asked him last. No. Boom. The cigarette business. I think the Dino Bravo story has been told to death. The guy that knows the most about the cigarette thing with Bravo is a guy named Gino Brito, who also went to jail in relation to that cigarette smuggling thing. And Gino Brito and Dino Bravo were business partners in Quebec. But when I interviewed Gino Brito, he specifically said he didn't want me to ask about that. But there was always rumors that the Quebec League had connections. But yeah, Gino would know more than Rick Martel because he was involved in the same game. Oh my God. Well, maybe he's not renewing his contract, guys. All right. That's disappointing again. That's really disappointing. So between the missed spot and man, I would I can't believe they had Logan Paul lose this match. That's not good booking. Brutal. Brutal. Yeah, I agree. The second match was the best. I'll give that one a 6 out of 10 because the table spot was the shits. Gino Brito was involved in all of that ring span. I don't want to get into that stuff, but you can look it up. Gino Brito served jail time in related to cigarette smuggling. He's also an Italian guy. Well, that was disappointing. I have to say, I was excited for that match, but between the missed table spot and the finish, man, I'm ready to throw in the towel now. What did I mean about Dominic's kayfabing? Like, for instance, at the Hall of Fame, Sami Zayn, the Hall of Fame aired right after SmackDown. And when Sami Zayn was interviewed, he was talking about the Bloodline storyline being over. Like on the same feed that aired right after SmackDown, where they were doing the storyline, he called it a storyline where Dominic and Rhea they made that angle kayfabe. They left for Rey Mysterio's Hall of Fame induction, and you don't see that they seem to be kayfabing that angle better than they have in the past with Dominic. So yeah. Second match was the best so far. Here's a match. Well, it'll be interesting to see Trish in action again. It'll be interesting to see Trish in action again. I'll look something up for the guy that Gino Brito was arrested in October 1992 on extortion and loan sharking charges in relation to his work as an enforcer with loan sharks in the Montreal area. So again, he was business partners with Bravo. He would know more about that stuff. I'm not saying he was involved in it, but he would have known more about the behind the scenes stuff. Will Trish turn heel? I don't know. I would have rather seen Rollins against the out of shape fan too. Not only was he out of shape, but he was handicapped. Anyways, I'm going to be right back. I have to, or I'll wait till after this match. So it's a women's 6-man tag match. Trish, Lita, and Becky. They legit left the building. I don't think any fans are going to leave the building. Tickets were as much as $8,000 for this. David, this was a long time ago, and it's recorded. This was in the early '90s. And as I said, I'm only saying what's recorded on his very Wikipedia. If you search it up, I'm not saying any inside information that's not already known by everybody. Yeah, it would be a good time to take a break. I do find Trish has a nice ass though, so I'm specifically gonna watch this to see what outfit she wears for that. These three I could care less about. Bailey's outfit is terrible. You can see a lot of the fans go into the bathroom too. Someone should take a skateboard down that ramp. That would be cool. The Montreal Mafia still think I really don't know. I don't work in the bar industry anymore. We were talking about the Dino Bravo stuff. Thank God I don't have to work in the bar industry anymore and deal with gangs and underworld people, because when stuff goes bad at those clubs, when you're dealing with the more heavy people, it's incredibly dangerous. Hamilton, yeah, Hamilton, I believe is in the past has been known for bikers. I'd like to know how much Lita and Trish are signed for. I wonder if that's posted anywhere. She is supposedly she was signed as of November 24th. I don't know. I was never a big Lita fan, although her angle with Edge was good. The thing that she did with Matt Hardy and Edge. How awkward must it have been backstage at that time? It was interesting. I watched the Lita on Steve Austin's Broken Skulls sessions, and he never brought that up. He never asked. And I think that's what people really would have liked to know. Here's Trish. That's got to be cool for her, not wrestling for so long, and she comes back, and her first match is at WrestleMania. So wait, the Sami Zayn, Becky Lynch, and Seth Rollins all have the O type theme songs. Lita had nice booty shorts, but a bad fit. When she came out with Essa Rio in the past, that's when she was at her physical peak. Yeah, that was good. Legit Heat is good. Upper decks were $100 each. Yes, they did pay off Ric Flair for the man title. Supposedly, that time they used Flair and Hogan in Saudi Arabia was part of the deal over the man thing. Flair got a huge payoff for that Saudi Arabia thing. All right. I never got the whole man thing. I just don't get it. This girl's punches are better than Seth Rollins. Will they drop the title to Damage Control? I don't know. $9.33. Let's see what matches we have left. Is Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte, Sami Zayn, and Owens against the Usos. I'll use that one as my bathroom break match. Oh, Rey Mysterio against Dominic, too. I think they're going to have Charlotte as the last match then. Can Lita still take bumps? I think so, but limited. She broke her neck before, I seem to recall. Crowd not really that loud in this one. I don't know what the biggest pop of the night would have been so far. I guess John Cena's entrance, but it wasn't anything crazy. That was a slow motion type move. Piper's beside me, Robert. She's appeared a few times. Ronnie Garvin and Tullier in a tape fist match. Cody's tomorrow, Horsecock Express. Nice name. Otis got the biggest pop he might have. He very well might have. It's as I said, I don't know what it is, but it doesn't seem like it's like that hot of a crowd as far as a loud crowd. I haven't heard like any explosion. This is like a slow motion, very slow motion-ish. Everything Lita does looks slow motion and weak. Maybe it has to do with her injuries. Has Trish been in there yet, or have I just blacked out? No, she hasn't. Thanks, Tom. Yeah, it's a 3-on-3 diva match. It's been underwhelming so far. Where's Becky? She's on the outside. Io is sloppier than Lita. Someone said it just seems like I don't know. It seems like this match doesn't have much heat. The crowd seems dead. And like that again, that didn't look good either. Everything with Lita does not look good today. And I have nothing against Lita. I like her better than Becky Lynch, to be honest. But let's see how Trish is in there. Not the greatest punches there. Trish does look great though. She looks great. I'll give her that. This does look like they're very choreographed, however. NCAA versus Hannibal. I don't know. Lita has ring rust. I agree. Yes. Yeah. Yes, this is a snoozer. You're right, Pubert. This is a snoozer. The best part about it is Trish. The whip looked weak, but the girl took the whip well. Lita looks like crap. I'm sorry. I'm not. I don't mean to be mean, but Lita looks like shit in this. Adam Less versus the Blood Hunter. The Blood Hunter would win. Trish wearing that WrestleMania 21 outfit. Apparently, yeah. An updated version of it. Did they have to go through Stand and Deliver before WrestleMania? Stand and Deliver was done in a different arena this morning in front of about 6,000 fans. Nothing much happened on it, noteworthy other than Braun Breaker lost the title as he's supposedly going on the main roster starting on Monday. Monday's Raw will be my last watch along for a while. That double axe handle, it works. Good camera work on this. They hide stuff better than AEW. Good bumping by Trish. To me, this match looks like it's just been completely choreographed and they're just going through a planned match and not hiding it very well. See, the difference between that one and Ricochet's was the one Ricochet did earlier looked less set up than that. But again, I noticed this in WWE, they hide it better than AEW. AEW, the camera will show the wrestlers standing there waiting to catch. Where this, they kind of hide it and they just show the end. Again, the choreography where they all get in before the count of 10. I don't know. So Stacy Keibler is still first for not aging. She did have the crow's feet on her eyes. I would say Trish did better than Stacy for aging. The Usos are wrestling tonight, Jeremy. I have to say this match is really, for some reason, it's hard to get into. She still pulled that off at least. Why isn't Lita stopping her? This makes no sense. Again, this just looks so choreographed. Yawn. So there's your answer. Trish did not turn heel. I'll be nice and I'll give that a 6. But it was really I found it pretty boring. I would almost give it a 5.5 actually, but I'll be nice. How long could their run be? I don't know. I'd rather watch Trish, honestly, than anyone else that they have for females right now. Which ones are left for tonight? It's Dominic, the Usos, and Charlotte, which I think Charlotte's going to be last. Ray and Dominic is tonight. It would, you know what? I might. We'll see what the final is for this, what we actually get after a day or two. If enough people watch, I would actually bring a wrestling star over here to watch with me, tape it better, and get their reactions. I think Kempatira would be hilarious. This is kind of a test. Is there another women's match? I hope not. I hope not. I really don't want to see this Bianca Belair match. For some reason I have no interest in seeing this match. Ken Patira and Billy Jack. Billy Jack really does not watch. I don't think Billy Jack has watched wrestling forever. He has no idea what's going on. The women's tag showcase is still to come. Are you serious? Oh no! Next is the Dominic Mysterio. All right, next is Domino. I actually want to see this one, so I'm gonna take a piss. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. And I haven't missed anything. They're still going over what happened. Got some milk and bananas. Don't look too excited. Well, I don't think I've seen Dominic wrestle since he first came on. You know that? Piper really liked bananas. Come get it. Come get it. She loves bananas. Yes. Oh, I don't know if that's this night or not. I really hope it's not. Let's have a look. No, that match is night 2. That's night 2, guys. We don't have to sit through that tonight. I've never heard of those guys. Piper, come get it. She's a monkey. Good girl. Piper is 11 years young. And still very, very agile. Great athlete. She can jump. She can run real fast. Yes, thank goodness. Thank goodness. They really take a long time in between matches. Piper loves her food too, by the way. So there's this one, there's the Usos and Charlotte. Charlotte will. It's funny that Charlotte's going to close the show because I don't think there's a hell of a lot of interest in that Charlotte Diarrhea Ripley match. Bad Bunny doing commentary for this one. I think he's going to host Backlash in Puerto Rico too. Oh. Good girl. So this is the Spanish themed. You can feel my pain. So far, this is better than this. At least with WrestleMania, it's too long in between matches, in my opinion. But there's no in-ring boring promos. I really hate these long in-ring promos. I'm sorry, but I don't think Dominic has ever been in real jail. I don't get this gimmick. I really don't get it. By the way, Canadian prisons is more often than not 3 to a cell. 1 to a cell would be a luxury. I don't know Bad Bunny from anything but wrestling. I don't even know him as a rapper. Can someone please explain to me what Dominic Mysterio, what the gimmick is with him in jail? Because I don't get that at all. He's a spoiled rich kid. Oh, they're acting like he's being brought from jail, but he was at the Hall of Fame last night. I don't get it. I don't get it. Someone explain this to me. They're trying to make him into a tough guy. But I don't get how they make it seem like he's in jail. He was at the Hall of Fame last night. It's weird. Oh, it's Ray. Oh no, it's Dominic. Well, I don't know if they're piping in the booze or not, but he's got the most booze so far. It's the first time I've heard booze. It's a better gimmick when they were trying to shove him down our throats as a babyface. Weird. I really don't get the jail thing. It makes no sense. I have been falsely put in jail, and it's not fun. I can tell you guys that. It's really not fun. Nice outfit he has. Not a fan of the Suns wrestlers trying to get over. Yeah. The Suns get the big opportunities for sure. Dominic, I don't mind his haircut. I think it's fitting. I think it's fitting. But again, I haven't seen him wrestle. When he was a babyface, it was the babyface gimmick was brutal. At least he's actually hated as a heel here. I'll tell you what I think of his wrestling when I see this match. But obviously, this is going to have been a practice match, and his dad is a legit Hall of Famer, and if anyone can get his son over, it's his dad. Keep the mullet in the 80s. It's fitting. I agree with the mullet. The fact that he's supposed to be coming from jail, I don't get that at all. Nice car. Snoop Dogg driving the car. What was the point? It's kind of silly though, like to get a car to drive you to the stage, only to have to walk down the stage anyways. I don't really quite understand that. Piper thinks there's more bananas. She's staring me down. Ray paying tribute to Eddie with the lowrider for sure. They're really pushing Ray and Dominic. Supposedly Triple H is very high on Dominic. What belt is that? Snoop Dogg's got a belt, but they didn't get a shot of it. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. There's a healthy meal. Is someone going to be is there a wrestler under that Cinnamon Toast Crunch outfit? LWO. It wasn't over before. It's not going to be over now. They're more into theater than wrestling. Well, I don't know. Did they explain why Ray is supposed to have a black eye or glass eye? I don't know. PCO has a glass eye from a BB gun. Where are the Mexicools? John Deere tractors when you need them. Oh, the Mexicools. Juventud Guerrero, my good buddy. Juventud Guerrero is one of the biggest assholes in wrestling. I can tell you guys that. As nice as Hillbilly Jim is as big of an asshole as Juventud is. Dominic in the bodysuit to hide that he doesn't have a body. I like the mullet. Honestly, guys, I have nothing negative to say about the mullet. He took that bump, textbook. Good facial expressions on Dominic. Is my dad a wrestler? No. He was a cop and he was in the reserve army for over 30 years. And he's 75 years old and still works. He loves working. He works for the city. And I also work for the city as well. Who was the biggest asshole I met in wrestling? There's been a good amount. I guess Jose Gonzalez. You seem like an arrogant prick. Oh, this is funny. Spanking Dominic with the belt. That's funny. That looked good. That punch looked good. I'll be honest with you. It was better than the Seth Rollins punches. The good thing about father son, though, honestly, the father probably told them, and because it's a wrestling family thing, to be stiff with him. And like Dominic's not going to have to worry if he stiffs his dad. His dad's not going to give him a crazy receipt. And the dad probably wants to get Dominic over, so he probably told them before the match, "Hey, hit me with that." Yes, Dominic should work on his physique. I agree. He's a better. He looks more like a manager than a wrestler. I don't see all the comments. I don't have my glasses on, by the way. Maybe Ray will spank Dominic into submission. That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. Best spot of WrestleMania so far. Honestly, I might have to agree with that. Good old fashioned abdominal stretch. Is he going to grab the ropes? Is he going to grab the ropes? Come on. It's not a heel unless you grab the ropes. Yeah, Dominic's forearms look good. I'll give him credit for that. Does he look like he needs to put on weight? It doesn't look like he's done a squat in his life, but you could say the same about Sami Zayn. Good boots. Do I think Dominic should be a full time manager? If they're going to push Rhea Ripley, I think that he should be a full time manager. Yes. Why not? If he puts some size on, though, why he could wrestle more. But he does look very thin. The daughter's cute. It's funny. We saw at the Hall of Fame. Kurt Angle has a 35-year-old wife. Nice to see Ray's marriage has lasted. That didn't look good. Ray's got to be so proud to wrestle his son though at WrestleMania. Rhea's but being pushed for a face. I would be shocked if they made her a face. I don't think they're gonna make her a face. Anything's possible though. If she doesn't like signing autographs so much, I don't think they're gonna make her a face. 35 or is that how many times Kurt broke his neck? I don't know. Damian Priest on the outside. That spot wasn't the best timed. Good facial expression by Bad Bunny. I never got Finn Balor. They need to have a reunion of all of Lawler and Flair's ex-wives. That's funny. Dominic is much better than The Rock's daughter. Well, The Rock's daughter hasn't been wrestling as long as Dominic. I admit she didn't look great in there today, but it was her first match in front of a crowd. She didn't look awful. I think this is the longest match so far. How long will it be till we get a cuckold gimmick? They did it kind of with Rusev. Rusev has done nothing in AEW. It's funny, they say that Rusev isn't being used in AEW because he doesn't like the creative, but he was fine with Bobby Lashley making out with his wife. It's so weird. But yeah, Rusev is pretty much forgotten at this point. Here comes the LWO fighting off Judgment Day. Hopefully the match is coming to an end. I'm about ready to see this match end. These guys have a really fun job though, to wrestle in front of that many people. My God. Good for them. The catapult. 619. Funny stuff. Let's see Dominic's high flying ability. We've seen so many frog splashes tonight. I think the frogs. We saw the Street Profits do it. We saw Logan Paul do it, and now Dominic do it. Logan Paul, who's now not won 3 times in a row. Is he still a main eventer if he keeps losing with all that they're paying him? Logan Paul makes 19 million a year for wrestling. Wow. They paid Logan Paul $19 million to do the job to Seth Rollins. Well, Ray did the 619 a lot better than Dominic. Fourth frog splash of the night. Ray wins. There you go. At least one of the guys won that the fans aren't going to be pissed about. It's not quite Dominic's time yet. Bad Bunny interferes. Well, that was a pretty good match. That might be tied with the Street Profits match. I'll give that one. I'll be nice and give it a 7 out of 10. I'll be kind and I'll give that one a 7 on 10. Yeah, Dominic is still too green. But honestly, the Austin Theory one, I really, it's sickening to me that Austin Theory won. More of the Miz. Conan didn't do anything in that match. He was at the Hall of Fame last night, though. No, Piper slept through that. Did I ever chew gum when I wrestled? No. Even Mr. Perfect spit it out. I don't think it would be wise to chew gum and wrestle. But again, maybe if you worked a really lazy style. Piper, what are you doing? Santa Monica. That was the best hospital I've ever been to. Santa Monica, California. They actually had valet parking. Yeah, you could choke on the guy. LWO interfere, but not the old LWO, the new ones. Wrestling with a toupee would be a good gimmick. Yeah, maybe. By the way, speaking of the hospital in Santa Monica, that is at that hospital in Santa Monica because I was at a New Japan tryout and they made us amateur wrestle, and a guy headbutted me in the amateur wrestling match I had with him, and I still beat him. I won both of my amateur wrestling matches that day. Jenny, yes, I talked to her this week. Yeah, I got busted with the headbutt right on my eyebrow. Oh, it looks like the Usos is going to be the last match because we're getting the girls match now. But yeah, Jenny Santana, I think she's focused. She works at a stem cell place in Vegas now, and she's still into martial arts. I don't know. I know she was at WrestleCon, but I don't know if she still does wrestling or not. I have to admit, I really have no interest in watching the last two matches. I hope Charlotte wins. Is Charlotte better than Rick? No. No. Not at all. Uh, is El Dandy going to be back at the LWO? I don't know. Aren't some of them dead? We know Eddie's dead. I don't know why we have to see the whole buildup of the match before it happens. Puerto Rico gets a lot of hate. I was just reading some of the comments about Roadblock talking about his feud, Carlos Colon. Is Vince McMahon expected to make an appearance? He's there, but I don't know if he's going to make an appearance or not. Silver King and Eddie Guerrero are dead. Thanks for that. He did take pictures with wrestlers yesterday. For anyone who hasn't seen it, I'll show you the picture of Vince McMahon. He was backstage yesterday with this goofy looking. This is not a fake picture, by the way. He has grown a mustache. This is what Vince McMahon looks like now. Probably in Gorilla with Triple H, yes. Was Trish still hot? Yes, Jay-Z, she was. Trish, I don't normally like older women, but Trish to me was the hottest girl that's been on the show. Yes, he does look awful. Vince looks awful with that mustache, I agree. He looks like a pizza guy. Silver King is dead. I do recall reading that. Charlotte better than Rick? Yeah, absolutely not. No, Rick is the man. Rick is definitely the man. Not anymore. He's become a very insecure person, and he's so negative. Um, but I mean, in the 80s and 90s, there was nobody better. And I saw him live many, many times. Silver King died in the ring during a 2019 match versus the asshole we were just talking about, Juventud Guerrera. Wow. Rick should have hung it up a long time. He looked terrible at the Hall of Fame. He looked awful, and his speech wasn't good. And I am a Ric Flair fan. If he had had a good speech, I would have told you guys. Rick's one of the greats for sure. I don't know about the greatest, but he's definitely up there. Charlotte with a fancy robe. I'm sure Rick is on hand tonight. I think Charlotte's a better heel than a face, though. She's way more of a natural heel, so it's kind of like a heelish versus heelish match. I don't see too many people cheering like crazy for Charlotte. Who's on her third husband already? Will she have 5 marriages like her father? I would highly suspect Charlotte's going to win this match. I don't think the other one is ready. Yeah, just like that. Space Mountain's a hard ride to stay. Space Mountain was the only good ride when I went to Disneyland, like 6 or 7 years ago. I remember my ex wanted to go, and she was also disappointed in it. But I remember we went on Space Mountain like 5 or 6 times in a row, and it was by far the only good ride there at that time. And I thought about Ric Flair when I was riding it. He definitely helped popularize that ride. Well, she's done better for herself than Outback Jack. Maybe Outback Jack should have walked her down to the ring. Guardians of the Galaxy ride is a modern version of Space Mountain and much better. Cool. That one must have been put in since I was there. That was around the time I did the Brian Knobs interview, I believe, and Brian Blair. I wonder if it was Juventud's fault that he died. All right, so here we go. Good outfits on both of them. Good hair. Good makeup on Rhea. Good makeup on Charlotte. Was Logan Paul good? There was a blown table spot. It was an okay match, but disappointing. There you go. Thanks for filling me in. Have I interviewed Nathan Jones? Yes. But I believe he lives in Australia too. Why does she do the DX chop? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Wasn't Mick Foley begging to be part of Judgment Day at one point? He put out a video or something, but I guess the WWE writers didn't take the bite. Somehow Mick Foley's kid was a WWE writer for a while. Go figure that one. That looked very telegraphed. She got up too soon there. Cody Rhodes will win. Someone said Blood Hunter versus Big Cass. That would have been a great match. And honestly, it was the end of SWE when they scrapped that angle. There was a lot of mistakes that company made. Basically, Teddy Long should never have. They had two bookers. Sullivan was the good one. Long was the bad one. It's his fault that match didn't happen. With Melina and Selena on the outside. Whatever. We'll see. You guys haven't seen the last of the Blood Hunter. There's going to be at least 3 matches this year. Her nylons are ripped. Nice boots. Calling a spot there. One more. Moondog spot died in the ring. Sullivan wants to book the Blood Hunter and Pillman Jr. I think that would be interesting. I think his blonde hair would look great, colored and covered in blood. Was Stacy still hot? Yeah, yes. Yes, I would say so. Should Cody Rhodes go to NXT? I don't know. NXT is really, there's too much wrestling these days. Sadly, more is not always better. It's quantity over quality these days. This match is so boring. They're doing a crowd shot. We haven't seen really any crazy spots this WrestleMania yet, have we? There really hasn't been any like death-defying. I guess the Ricochet F or whatever it's called, flip to the outside. There hasn't been any like real holy shit moments in this. Nice nails. Charlotte's calling spots fairly loudly in this. Yes, Tony Khan is putting together another show. Another show. Tom, is Cody a better politician than a wrestler? You have to be a good politician to be a top wrestler. You really do. I would say Cody Rhodes is not the next Hulk Hogan, but he's the best option WWE has for a babyface other than Rick Steiner's son right now. Nice ass grabbing. Well, they're showing a lot of athleticism in this match. They've been going for a while. Oh, this guy's so into it. That's funny. Rick Steiner. I don't think Rick Steiner is in trouble at all. Rick Steiner doesn't work in wrestling anymore. He can't be canceled. What are they going to do? He saved his money. He's been rich a long time. He's not wrestling anymore. They're going to punish his son, their biggest prospect. I don't think they'll do much of anything other than maybe not use Rick Steiner to manage his son. Or I know he came out with his son a few times here and there. I don't know. You never know the whole story. None of us were there. We haven't heard Rick Steiner's side of it. All I know is maybe that person should have also said something then instead of just going on social media after and complaining. Why not say, hey, you're being offensive to me? I don't know. I wasn't there, so all I know is that Rick Steiner is pretty much cancel proof at this point. So yeah, he is a real estate broker, yes. He does not work for WWE other than appearances here and there. But I know that both Steiners saved their money well, and they both made a shitload in their careers. Scott Steiner looked so mad during Ric Flair's speech last night. He looked like he still hates Ric Flair. I think the Shoney's doesn't exist anymore. For some reason, I'm not really into this match. I mean, the wrestlers all get bonuses when the crowds are big like this too. I think it's 30% of the gate split between where you are on the card. No, this crowd in general has been very silent. Scott Steiner was at the Hall of Fame, yes. They were inducted last year, I believe. Maybe that's why Scott Steiner doesn't do shoot interviews anymore. I asked him twice, and he doesn't wrestle anymore. He does autograph appearances, though. Scott and Rick were both very professional to work with when we used them in Great North Wrestling. Charlotte looks older than her dad. I don't know how old. I think she's like 35, which is old for a woman wrestler. Yeah, I don't think Scott would have gone unless he was paid, though. Like wrestlers they go to that if they're paid. I know Scott Steiner well enough to know that he's not going to go and sit through that Hall of Fame thing with Ric Flair for free. I guarantee you that. He's got better things to do with his time. Do we have an April Fool's Day in Canada? Yes, happy April Fool's Day to everybody. Kevin Owens is dead. He will not be competing tonight. He will be replaced by Otis. There's my April Fool's joke. Otis is actually a legitimate athlete, though. Owens never did any sports besides wrestling at any level of competitiveness. I'm completely not into this match. $10.50. See, they hid the leg slap good there. The camera work in WWE is better. Much better than AEW. Sorry, Piper, I didn't mean to scare you. Looks like we're going to see something to the outside. They're definitely putting on a good effort in this match, but for whatever reason, I just can't get into it. That was a weird camera cut. It looked almost like she was fucking her on that pin. Sabah Simba versus Mantar. Oh, that would be. I would actually like to see that. I'm trying. I actually wanted Logan Paul to win his match. But as far as this match here, I don't know. I don't find it interesting at all. It's boring. Charlotte against Tessa would be an interesting match. At this point, I'm just hoping it ends soon. The Prism Lock. That sounds real cool. This is the longest match of the night so far. Yes, I thought it was R-Truth in the Prime costume too. I think that's what got the initial pop. I don't know how popular KSI is in the US. Get Jesse the Body on. He's got better things to do. Now we're seeing some intensity. See, Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins should take notes from these two. Seth honestly has the weakest punches in wrestling. That exchange was better than the Logan Paul Seth Rollins exchanges. Looks like Charlotte got scratched on her nose. Cena match was short. I don't blame him for wanting to go short on them. There we go. Power bomb mish type move. There we go. New women's champion. Alrighty. There we go. I'll give that a 7.5. I'll give that one the highest rating one of the night because they worked hard. Somebody called it, yeah. It was a good match from like a match standpoint, but for some reason I wasn't into it. The only negative I would say is there was a few spots called loud by Charlotte. But other than that, it was a decent match. Well, I'm sure that won't be Charlotte's last title reign. Someone was really hoping Rhea would lose. There's not too much else other than a rematch. Charlotte looks like the Joker with her makeup all messed up. She's clapping. I don't even want to watch the tag team match, I'll be honest. I will because I made it this far. Sydney is cheering for her, yeah. Why not? I think that's best match of night one. Didn't watch it. I would say it was the best match. I wasn't into it, but I'll give it credit for being the best match of night one. I'm gonna get some food and I'll be right back. All right. It's freezing out there and incredibly windy here in Ottawa, Canada. There was a blizzard here on Friday. Tonight is supposed to be below zero. I just put Piper out to use the bathroom. All right, so we're now having the Miz and Snoop in the ring again. with Snoop has some sort of title. Miz is saying he's putting out an open challenge. The Miz sucks so badly as far as what I find entertaining in a wrestler. Somebody's coming out. Pat McAfee is coming out. I guess we're going to get a bonus of Pat McAfee against The Miz. I feed my dog like a bird. Rhea's good for WWE, not the same old cookie cutter. There you go. You got to mix it up here and there. Yes, Night 2 has the better card. Hold on, Piper. I guess this is going to be a surprise match. What is it, a dance competition or a match? There. That's it for now. Vince is going to come out and do a triple threat. So we might be getting a bonus match here. He's going to say no. Piper loves her bananas. They're getting a tiny balls chant for Miz, whose wife used to go out with Rene Dupree before the Miz. This is not a match that I really care to see, but I'd rather watch this than the Usos match. Hey, McAfee's punches are better than Seth Rollins' punches. That's it, Piper. You want to watch? You want to watch? Moonsault to his feet by McAfee. That's pretty impressive. Super kick to the Miz. This crowd is really not that loud. For some, as big as it is, they're not that loud. Now they got a football player beating up the Miz. That nobody in the crowd seems to know who the hell he is. And I'm sure the crowd is very confused. McAfee doing some daredevil stuff. The crowd is so confused by who this guy is. Miz basically doing a job match. I've heard that Triple H does not like the Miz, and I don't blame him for that. They did still make him the host, but he just basically did a job match. Got no offense there. And nobody knows who this guy is without his football gear on. And he's from the San Francisco 49ers, but they're in LA. Yes, The Miz is a great politician. Tight end of the San Francisco 49ers. Yes. Well, I'm about burnt out. I'm ready for this last match to happen. What was the point of that? To take some time, I guess. It wasn't terrible. McAfee showed some athleticism. They gotta drag it to midnight. It's a filler match, yeah. Why they have to drag it to midnight, I don't know. They're going over tomorrow night's card. I honestly don't want to watch the last match. Why not bring back Morrison? I don't know. Morrison is better than The Miz, in my opinion, but obviously, I think Morrison is in a celebrity boxing match coming up. Yeah, they did something similar with Rob Gronkowski. That's right. They did. Next WrestleMania in Philly, a town I know very, 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 very well. Not the same without The Undertaker. I agree. And it's also watered down into 2 nights. Now we have Baron Corbin and The Miz doing a DraftKings ad. Baron Corbin was one of the guys they pushed so hard, and it's like they totally gave up on him now. I honestly have no interest in watching this. I might throw in the towel. Now they're going to go through the whole bloodline thing again. WrestleMania should go back to one night, but it won't. There won't anytime soon, anyways. But it should. I agree. It should be better and all in one night. The Super Bowl is not 2 nights, is it? What are my thoughts on Chad Gable? I don't see any issues with him. Someone says, "Congrats, Rhea." I think everyone thinks it should be one night. Let's put up a fan poll. Actually, it's only fair to put up the fan poll after both nights are over. Ugh. Yeah, you're right. They are gonna drag it out to fucking midnight. Chad Gable is a smaller version of Kurt Angle, smaller, less decorated version of Kurt Angle. What's my connection with Philly? I've been there to interview wrestlers 3 or 4 times. It's about 7 hours drive from here. And one of the times I stayed for a week. Will I be doing this for night 2 tomorrow? Yes. And for Raw on Monday, then I'm not going to do it again, other than for pay-per-views. But I think the Raw after WrestleMania is where there's usually new characters introduced, and they put their biggest effort out. So hopefully it'll be good. I'm not doing this to torture myself. I'm doing this so I actually know what's going on a bit as well. Night 2 will be much better. Yeah, so far, honestly, some of the matches haven't been bad. I just haven't been into them. And as I said, I'm really disappointed that Cena lost and Logan Paul lost. Those are two people that I really don't think the booking is good on that. The other winners and losers I don't care about, but I think they really dropped the ball with Cena and Logan Paul. It is kind of torturous in some ways, yeah. It is kind of torturous in some ways. It sucks too when you're a wrestler and you know you're actually better than some of these wrestlers and you paid more dues than some of them and you don't get those opportunities to perform on those levels. So it's kind of hard from that standpoint as well. Yes, we're going to do it again tomorrow, Tom, at 8 p.m. Brock Lesnar, I'm looking forward to seeing. Oh, Men Without Hats. What the hell? Oh, it's a TurboTax ad. I almost thought we were going to see Men Without Hats at WrestleMania. Canada, it's Canada, it's 11:23 p.m. Oh, now there's a performance. Ugh. Now we get to hear a performing artist that I have no idea who it is. What the? This ain't what you wanted. That's a fitting title. This is so long. Who is this guy? He's this rapper from Philadelphia. They're gonna drag it to midnight. They're gonna do their best to drag it to midnight. I don't get why. No, it's not our truth. That would be funny, though. At least they would know who our truth is. Hey, remember at WrestleMania 12 when they had the tag team title match on the pre-show, and it was the Body Donnas that were tag team champions? Shout out to Tom Pritchard. The crowd has been dead like this whole show, and I'm seriously not saying that. Um, I I think like the loudest wrestling crowd I've seen on a wrestling show since I started watching wrestling shows has been the Winnipeg Dynamite. This crowd tonight. I mean, John Cena got a pop when he came out. Dominic got some boos, but other than that, like there hasn't been much. There really hasn't. Did I watch the biography on Yokozuna? No, I did not. I did not. And even the fans are less interested in like are tuning out at this point. Mm. 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 Kevin Owens. Doing the Bret Hart's motion. So the third guy with the oh song. So they got him, Becky, and Seth. This similar theme song. Someone's an island boy watching Pull Up Your Pants this WrestleMania talking about their rapper. It's funny. Doctor of Desire, Tom Pritchard. He's probably watching this somewhere. The new belt, and I haven't seen it yet. I think they should have to go back to one night. This seems to be the consensus, one night. Everyone's burnt out and really, honestly, this really isn't a main event match. This is like a mid card WrestleMania match if it had been one night. But there's been a couple different ring announcers, hasn't there? There's been a girl, now it's a guy. The heels are in white and the faces are in black. They didn't really get that big a boo there, and the others didn't get cheered that much. Maybe it's just the way that the audio is coming across. But hopefully tomorrow night they'll be more into it. This night of WrestleMania is a clear reason why they need to cut the filler, have the entire card one night. I agree. Cody Rhodes has a whoa, whoa, whoa moment in his song too. Oh my god. I don't know. I'm not into that. I don't know. It's just the way I am. Vince's mustache is over. Yes, the Montreal fans are way louder than this. Ottawa has shitty fans though. The Ottawa fans were dead for the Ottawa Raw, but Montreal's really loud. Toronto's loud. Someone corrected me that the Rock's Daughters thing is called Shizum, not Shizum. It is the shits. That group. The group is lame. No matter how you pronounce it. But I'm not holding that against the Rock's Daughter. Ugh. Yes, Hogan versus Savage or Warrior versus Hogan. This is not. Macho Man versus Flair. This is not. Someone saw Hogan versus Warrior at the Skydome. Oh god, the crowd was crazy for that. The crowd was fucking nuts for that. Mr. T. Hogan, Piper Warndorf, that was hot. That crowd was nuts. This is just, I don't know, man. This is not a main event of WrestleMania. I'm sorry. It is, but it's just like it doesn't seem like there's heat. Piper's gone back to bed. Andre Hogan, yeah, who could forget that? That was crazy. Most of these matches are not in WrestleMania tier, no. I mean, the four-way tag was good, but that could have been on a Raw or SmackDown. Like it didn't have a big build-up or anything. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why it seems like the crowd is like not hot for this. Other than they've watered WrestleMania down to 2 nights. Has there been a match without a frog splash? Honestly, you guys, tonight? Has there honestly been a match without a frog splash? Is that like a standard move that's done in every match now? What Steve Austin used to do, and it's funny because all these matches are produced now. Steve Austin used to watch all the matches to make sure he didn't do stuff that was done in other matches. It's like we've seen a fucking frog splash in every match. The guy that did it best, I think, was the Street Profits guy. Second best, Logan Paul. Third best, Rey Mysterio. I think there's one in the girls' match, and then there's one in this match. Three of the four wrestlers wearing shirts in this match, too. Times have changed. Another splash. My God, what is it? What is it with all these splashes? I'm sorry, guys. I'm losing my consciousness. Snoop Dogg. No, I don't think he cares about Sasha Banks. It's a payday. Times have changed. Yes, yeah, they're getting paid enough that they should work out. But yeah, the days where you had to have a good enough body to not wear a shirt are gone. Props to Sami Zayn. He doesn't have a good body, but he still shows off the shirt. Jog Rougeau, is he watching? I don't think he watches modern wrestling. He's watched some of it since he started his wrestling school thing that's affiliated with AEW. Which, by the way, I was the hookup with that school in AEW. But nice leg slap. I don't know, guys. I'm not saying I'm not saying they all have talent. It's just strange. This is a WrestleMania main event. I don't care who wins as long as it's over soon. Super kicks are you took the words out of my mouth, Steven. Super kicks are overused. You don't see the pile driver anymore. No, people are afraid to take it. More leg slapping. I don't know. I never saw Hulk Hogan or Steve Austin slap a leg or the Ultimate Warrior. I know I'm old fashioned. I'm sorry. Hey, at least he took his shirt off. You don't see people in fighting in UFC with their shirts on. I'm sorry. As someone said, they're paid enough to keep good enough physiques to at least pretend that in a title match you should have a good enough physique to have your shirt off. You'd rather see KO with the shirt on. That's funny. Tom KO is a massive dick. He's a good politician, but he's a backstabbing, talk behind your back type of dick. A real scumbag. But it's worked for him. Wrestling, the pushes don't always go to the nicest people. Look at Triple H. Look what happened to poor China. Yes, this is a super kick themed match and a frog splash free WrestleMania. I'm just burnt out. I'm just burnt out of wrestling for tonight. Another super kick. My God. I'd rather see him get thrown off the stage. Why is the referee not counting the one guy? It's like they've given up on like enforcing two people in the ring. Man, it's really windy out here. Yes, that is true. Cedric Rougeau is one of them for sure that was held back due to Owens and Zayn. Among others, as I said, I mysteriously had a 2016 tryout canceled. Jeremy Prophet is an extremely good wrestler. He's somehow never been taken by WWE, and there's lots of others, but I don't care. I'm happy with what I'm doing now, but it does happen. People will bet. Sheamus is held back. Other Irish wrestlers we've heard. There's only so many spots for similar. Tony Atlas even said it back in the day, like for a black wrestler, there was only so many spots for black wrestlers. So there'd be backstabbing and holding back amongst them. It's just the way it goes. The one funny thing is, though, if Ted Hart had held himself together, he's beyond repair now. He was a better promo than both of those guys and a way better wrestler, but Ted really blew it. He could have been a legitimate next Bret Hart with more high flying ability, but he self-destructed. Harry Smith, I don't know why he never got used better. But he's a very talented wrestler. More leg. There's so much leg slapping in this match. At least Hogan. No, Hogan. Yeah, of course Hogan helped people. It's just the way the wrestling business is. You can't take it that personally. Everyone will protect their spot. If they know someone that's better than them or that'll get over than them, they're gonna make sure they don't get in. My movie project, that'll still happen eventually. Let me just say I wasn't really impressed with the way that the casting had gone for the amount of money that I put into it. And I didn't want to put any further money into it with that particular producer. But now it's not my main focus. Maybe once Blood Hunter gets a bit more of a buzz about him again, once he starts wrestling more, we'll take another look at the movie. But I already put over 13 grand into that movie, so it'll eventually happen. Another super kick. How many fucking leg slaps? Another leg slap. I've never. Could you imagine Bruiser Brody slapping his leg, or Abdullah? There, another leg slap. Leg slap. We can just call this the leg slap match, because more leg slaps. I've done taekwondo. I've done kickboxing. They never teach you how to do a leg slap. I'm sorry. The trick is taken. I'll give Omos credit. He never did it with Brock Lesnar on Raw. For there hasn't been really any celebrities in the crowd tonight, other than the football player guy. Strangely enough, remember WrestleMania 7? They had Macaulay Culkin, Lou Ferrigno, Chuck Norris, a bunch of others. In that, they didn't even really put over the Hollywood. Regis Philbin was one of the announcers. WrestleMania 7 was a good one. Did anyone count how many super kicks in this match? It's been a lot. Blood Hunter does not hold anything over me. He's deep in parts unknown. 50 super kick. It seems like it's been 50. These guys are gonna have some sore thighs. It's been overdone, but whatever. I'm not a fan. I don't recall Goldberg or Brock Lesnar ever doing a leg slap. If any of you have seen Goldberg or Lesnar do a leg slap, please tell me, because I sure as hell haven't seen them ever do it. By the way, both Goldberg and Lesnar refused to job to Kevin Owens. Another leg slap. Kiss him. Kiss him. Another leg slap. This is just a big leg slap party. Let me guess, another leg slap coming up. Yes. There we go. Thank God. As I said, I'm so happy it's over. I don't even care who wins. Let's mix things up. I think it's safe to say there was at least 50 leg slaps in that match. Well, guys, thanks. Thank you. I appreciate it. I did not like the leg slaps. It took me out of the match. The leg slaps won. Appreciate it. I'm checking out. I've had enough. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. What would I give that show out of 10? Honestly, I'll be nice. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 as a pay-per-view, but as a WrestleMania, I feel it should have been better. But not horrible, but it should have been better. See you guys tomorrow night at 8 o'clock for night 2. Let's hope it goes by faster than tonight.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the